You know, I'm seeing all these videos right now where all these farmers are crying about not getting no help right now. You know what? Let me ask you something. When have you ever heard of a black farmer crying about it? Never. And you want to know why? Because they ain't never got no help in the first place. That's right. USDA's literally admitted to discriminating against black farmers. And literally black farmers had to sue, thousands of them, to get what white farmers are handed for free. And fast forward to today, all these farmers crying that they can't get no help. You see, black farmers, they've been struggling. Y'all just now feeling what they've been feeling for over 100 years. Black farmers, they used to own over 19 million acres of land. But guess what? Systematic racism, denied loans, shady politicians, and legal loopholes wiped them all out. Yeah. And now they're 1% of America's farmland. When the government finally tried to pass relief for the black folk back in 2021, white farmers sued to block it, claimed it was reverse discrimination. Make that make sense. So, you know, next time you see folks complaining about farm aid, why don't you ask them, where's the help for the black farmers? Ask them why their struggle is just now important when others have been suffering for centuries.
In this video, white MAGA farmers cry out whilst black farmers keep silent. This is because white MAGA farmers used to get government support whilst black farmers did not get anything at all. This is the FAFO season, so let's keep watching this video. Then we'll come back here and discuss further about it. But before we watch the videos, if you haven't yet liked this video, kindly like the video and also subscribe to the channel. Let's watch the videos together.
Have you noticed that there's one group that has not made any noise or made videos complain about Trump's policies hurting them or their business? Black farmers. How many videos have you seen of black farmers, excuse me, making videos going, oh, I'm going to lose my farm because Trump cut off benefits. I'm going to lose my farm because the Department of Agriculture no longer gives me subsidy. How many videos have you seen of black farmers doing that? That's because black farmers have historically, till this day, been excluded from all government subsidies. So right now, every white farmer is learning how to survive the same way black farmers have been surviving. Like I said, what Trump was going to do was bring every white American down to the black American level. Welcome to nigger.
And during the Great Depression, they figured out that black folk could still afford like luxury cars and all these nice things because black folk wasn't allowed to have no bank accounts at the time. And so what black folk would do, they would hide their money. They would save their money in mattresses and TVs and all kind of stuff. And so when the Great Depression was happening, and white folks, they just, all their money was gone. They had nothing. So they was having to sell what they could for as much as they could in order to try and survive, right? Well, they started selling it to black folk because black folk had the money. And they just, you know, the corporations, they couldn't understand at the time. But yeah, man, it's just history repeating itself over again.
Historically, till this day, been excluded from all government subsidies.
I wanted to yes and this creator. You should go watch the video later, but let me give you some facts to go along with what he's saying. The U.S. government gave 270 million acres of land away for free. Guess who didn't get any? That's right. After the Civil War, 3,500 black families managed to claim about 650,000 acres through the Homestead Act. Now that may sound like a lot, right? Well, that's when you realize that white settlers got 270 million acres, okay? Now, the way I figure that, that's about a 400 to 1 difference. To paraphrase Martin Luther King, it wasn't just the land. The government built land grant colleges to teach white farmers how to work the land. Then they sent out experts to help them succeed. And then they gave them low interest loans and subsidies to keep white farmers growing. Black farmers, they were just left to figure it out on their own. Here's the wild part. You see, after the Civil War and the Homestead Act, black folks made it happen without government subsidies. And by 1910, black folks owned 16 million acres of land, about 14% of all of the farmland in the U.S. And here's the amazing thing, right? By 1910, that 16 million acres, that was the top part. That was the apotheosis of black farming. Think about the color purple, where all those black folks own land. They own that 16 million. Now that's where this chart comes in. Now you see this blue line? That's what white farmers got for free. Okay? Now the Homestead Act is the second line. This is what black folks got. Okay? That's the handouts that black folks got compared to those handouts. All right? Now, because black folks make a way out of no way, this green line, that's what black farmers had in 1910. Now here's the part that always makes me mad. 16 million acres of land, 14% of all the land that was farmland in America. That was 1910. Think the color purple and how Mr. and all these folks had land, all right? You know what the last line is? That's what black farmers own today. About 4 million acres of land. Literally, there have been reports that over 90% of black farmers get rejected for subsidies and loans. So that means that a black farmer essentially can't make money picking cotton. Make it make sense. There's always one factoid that makes me think, man, you know, black folks, we are awesome. The one person, one of the few people who made any money or any earnings off of the Homestead Act, black folks, was a man named Oscar Micheaux. So now for those of you who know anything about film, Oscar Micheaux essentially invented black film. And he used his earnings to support a thriving black film industry for about 30 years in Hollywood. So don't tell me that land ain't important and black folks owning land aren't important. Think of all the Oscar Micheaux we could have had. I'm your Uncle Sonari. Give your brother a follow.
It seems to me that European farmers are 20 years ahead of us in bad legislation, you know, in subsidies for farming, to where there isn't true profitability, and in order to make a living farming, you're beholden to subsidies, therefore beholden to what the government is doing, and you know, bad environmental policies, that sort of thing. And I think we should watch in North America. We should be paying attention to what is happening in Europe. And right now in Britain, they're, you know, fighting an inheritance tax that's going to really change the ability for generational farms to survive, farming to survive in general. And so I've been watching a couple guys, and from North America, it's interesting to watch these guys. I'll tag them below, but one is Farm Theory, and the other guy's called The Beef Farmer. And, you know, they're taking part in you know, the demonstrations that are happening in cities, but also even on a higher level, actually get involved in some of the discussions, and it's just I think it's something that North American farmers need to watch and be very, very aware of, because, you know, we get tempted to be going down this subsidy lane too, and once you start going down the subsidy path and we don't have true profitability in farming, we don't have autonomy anymore. We don't have freedom anymore. And I don't want to see 20 years from now us looking like our friends in Europe are looking. So just give them a follow, tag them below here.
Welcome back. So in this video, white farmers in the United States of America cry out loud whilst black farmers remain silent. But one may wonder why a lot of white MAGA farmers are crying out loud whilst black farmers are silent. So this video summarizes why this is happening too. a lot of white MAGA farmers have taken to social media expressing their regret and disappointment for selecting Donald Trump or supporting Donald Trump to win the elections, because some of his policies are really affecting white MAGA farmers. So they are taken to social media in order to vent their anger and frustration towards the President Donald Trump for some of the policies that he has implemented. Meanwhile, on the other hand, black farmers rather are silent, are not speaking about this in any way. Now, this is because the support system that was given to white farmers is not exactly the same support system that was given to black farmers. So all these things that white MAGA farmers are experiencing now, black farmers have experienced this long ago, and no one has paid heed to their plight. But when it is the turn of white farmers, they are now taken to social media in order to make it look that it is new. But this has never been new to black farmers. Now, when it comes to loans, white farmers are able to access loan facilities easily in the United States of America as compared to black farmers. They are hardly given any loan. And even if they are offered to come for any loan, the interest that is being charged on the loans is huge as compared to the interest that is charged on that of white farmers. Now, government subsidies and aid is given to white people or white farmers, whereas black farmers do not get any or little of this aid. So white farmers did not know how things were going as regards the predicament of black farmers. But now that all these aids and subsidies have been cancelled by the Donald Trump administration, and some of his policies are affecting white farmers, they are now getting to know the realities on the ground. These are things that black farmers have experienced over the years, but no one has paid heed to it, or no one has paid attention to the problems of black farmers. Now, majority of the farmlands in the United States of America is owned by white people. After the civil rights movement, I think the farmlands were shared and given to predominantly white people, whereas black people received just a small portion of land. And they were not given any loans or education on how to farm this land. Meanwhile, all these farm aid, subsidies, education were made available to white farmers. So they flourish in cultivating high acres of land in the United States of America. But now that these subsidies and farm aid has been taken away, they are now crying. Meanwhile, black people have experienced this all the time and have not spoken anything about it, or the government has not done anything in order to address the plight of black farmers. Now, let me know what you also think about all these in the comment section below. Share your general thoughts and opinions about this video in the comment section below. And don't forget to share this video with your friends and family on other social media platforms like WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok, and other social media platforms. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Just click the subscribe button down here. Click on the subscribe button. Click as well on the notification bell. And I'd like to see you again in my next video.